The next rule that we learned was the quotient rule. And that said that if I had some function, let's call it h of x, and it's a quotient of two differentiable functions, then the derivative of that is the derivative of the top times the bottom unchanged minus, so this is different from the product rule, so there's the minus, minus the top function unchanged multiplied by the derivative of the bottom all over the bottom function squared. So those are two things that I find a lot of students make a mistake with, that they usually will write a plus, and also some people will forget that you have to divide by the bottom function squared. Okay, so why don't we do that same kind of problem that we had previously, very similar to that one. So let's say that I have this function. H of x is equal to, and on the top function, I have e to the x, and divided by the function 5x to the fourth plus 3x squared plus 9. So again, here's my top function, and here's my bottom function. So that's my f at x here, and here is my g of x. So if I take the derivative of the top function, that is e to the x, and if I take the derivative of the bottom function, that's equal to 20x to the 3. So because I have 5 times 4 gives me 20, and I have x, and then the 4 reduces by 1 to give me the 3, plus I have 3 times 2 gives me 6x, and then I have the 2 here, so that reduces by 1, so that leaves me with 1, and I don't write that, plus the 9, and the derivative of a constant is 0, so I leave that alone. Okay, so now that we figured that out, I just have to apply this rule now. So the derivative of that okay, so it's the derivative of the top function, so I know it's e to the x, times the bottom function unchanged, minus, so there's the minus f at x, so again that's just e to the x, multiplied by the derivative of the bottom, so there's my derivative, I'll just copy that out, which was 20x cubed plus 6x. And then don't forget to divide by the bottom function, squared. And we could neaten this up a little bit. So I mean, you could factor this out. So what you would get is e to the x. We can factor that out. So that I'm left with 5x to the fourth plus 3x squared plus 9. Now I have this minus here, so this means that I'm going to have a minus here and a minus here as well. So I have minus 20x cubed minus 6x. And that's all divided by that bottom function squared. So I can write that in, I guess, descending order of the exponent. So I got e to the x, 5x to the fourth. Here's the minus 20, x cubed, plus 3x squared, minus 6x plus 9. All divided by that bottom function squared. And we're done.